flakiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Well, that's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. There, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. So Miami's offense will go on the attack first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Finds his man in the middle. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Hurricanes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Travis. Got his man on the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. On the ground, it's Ellington. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
I think one of the keys of this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Takes it the other way. Inside the 30. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Benedict. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Pass interference. Defense.
The defender got a little desperate there. Grabbed, held, and the offense will take the penalty. The Mountaineers line it up with a first and goal. Line out trying to get it in. And they will score. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Really nice job working the route and getting.
Looking for a man. It's Travis. Unloads it left. Rolls it in. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, it's a nice job snagging that pass. Miami has a tradition of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. I get that, but guess what? If you're going to win Heisman Trophies, you're probably throwing to very talented wide receivers. Let's not forget about all the great receivers the Hurricanes have had as well. And they've got a special group this year. This guy right here is one of those dudes. He can beat you one-on-one with his speed, and he has really good hands as well.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Makes the grab. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. You can feel the Mountaineer spirit rising, reverberating across the field on this big third down. Nowhere to go with the line down. He goes at the 39. And the Canes will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore, right? They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting your back downhill, not going backwards.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
On the third play of the drive, third down is the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
The short hands, it's McLeod. On the speed spin, and he's free. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose on the right.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And the Mountaineers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Benedict. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's McLeod. Touchdown, West Virginia. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
The run to the right. Can't get him to the ground. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. We've reached the end of the period. It's West Virginia on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. First play of the period will be a second down. Scanning the field, it's Travis. Got it set up on the outside. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27.
Good news for this offense is it hasn't taken them a long time to get into a rhythm in the passing game. That's already his 100th completion on the season. Put up some big numbers this year if they keep up at this pace.
The Canes really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking the shot. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Grabbed in the middle, it's McLeod. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Mountaineers want to move quickly.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised when he misses down here.
Looking down the middle. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with first and goal because of great third down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
And the Mountaineers are flying down the field. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He has kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Touchdown, Mountaineers. Dropping back, it's Travis. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. So now it's second and long.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost one down the sideline. And the misconnection on third down. The Hurricanes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, they'll go to the air. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. The Mountaineers will snap it on 1st and 10. They just keep firing. right down the middle. It's caught downfield. And fired the completion there in the red zone and set up at the 13. And the Mountaineers have moved it inside the 20. Got his man downfield. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Mountaineers. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And this receiver is on.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Travis. Pulls it in. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Hurricanes come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on third. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. There he goes. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Leaves it with the back. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Off the play fake. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to snip his way in. He's so good at finding the creases when they get down tight to the goal line.
You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's third and goal. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Under fire. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Canes will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside his 5. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Looking left. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Fires to the middle. With the catch, it's Benedict. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Here comes the heat. He'll try to do it himself. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
That's caught. It's Benedict. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Nice execution by this defense. One of the strengths of this offense is 3rd down. They're really good at it. They were ready. Nice job getting the guy on the ground, forcing the 4th down.
He's got it. 1st down and more. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Fires to the big fella. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Defense in press coverage. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but...
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Bringing it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Nice grab in traffic. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
To the air on 2nd down. He wants to go deep. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it and make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Benedict. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. The Mountaineers are in the hurry-up.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
And the Mountaineers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Grab near the sticks. It's McLeod. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the... It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And here comes the field goal unit. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. And this one splits the uprights. And they just... Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Quickly complete. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
Looking for a man. It's Travis. Short throw to the sideline is caught. He's out of bounds, and he's got a first down.
Really nice job by the quarterback, dropping back, understanding. He knew his wide receiver was going to drag across the middle of the field. Good timing, waiting for him to come open, hitting him with the strike.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. The Canes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Send the tight end in motion. Trying to surprise him with the pass. A strike downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Hurricanes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. And the Hurricanes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Makes the catch. It's Meredith. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. And the Canes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Ellington. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. To the air, it's Travis. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it behind the line. It's McLeod. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Cricket. Turning it on.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football. That time on the option play, I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he can really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field.